Despite the progression the gay rights movement has achieved since the day of Stonewall, there is a controversial counter-movement called the ex-gay movement, where conversion or reparative therapy is used to treat people attracted to the same sex. My guest today says these methods of turning gay people straight do not work. Dr. Jallen Rix grew up as a Southern Baptist and went to great lengths attempting to change his sexuality from gay to straight in an ex-gay ministry to no avail. He's the author of a new book, Ex-Gay No Way: Survival and Recovery from Religious Abuse. Dr. Rix, thank you for coming down to the studio.
Great to be here.
And you haven't aged a bit since you were last here.
Neither have you, Raymond.
So what inspired you to write this book?
Well, as you said, I went to an ex-gay ministry. I grew up Southern Baptist, and at the time it was really the only thing I knew to, it was the only information. I had very little education about it, and I wanted to be acceptable. I wanted to be accepted by my family. I wanted to fit in, and but that didn't work. And as a result, coming to grips and coming to the point of accepting myself, I also found there were a lot of other people out there that had even worse experiences in the ex-gay world than I did, and they didn't know which way to go. And just over the years, as we banded together, and as I have learned what to do to recover, I have just wrote it down. Over the past 3 years, I put it together in a book and got it published.
So what exactly is religious abuse?
Well, it's actually a very specific phenomenon that has very specific features. In extreme cases, a cult, like the Jim Jones cult. And there's very specific features that define what religious abuse is. I am not suggesting that all religion is abusive, because it's not. There are many good things that come out of religion. But if you look for these features, you will find that people are being harmed more than they are benefiting from it. And what I was surprised at is when I looked into the ex-gay, did my research for the book, the ex-gay movement fits these features of religious abuse to a T.
Are there certain religious denominations that would have ex-gay ministries?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny. You kind of look across a lot of the Protestant religions, and almost every one of them has, you know, Catholics have them, even Mormons have them. There's even a Jewish group that has them. But primarily, it's in the Protestant churches, Bible Belt, Baptist, Charismatic, Pentecostal groups.
It seems like we're hearing more and more about ex-gay ministries. Why are they popping up?
Well, lately it's because their leaders are getting caught with their pants down, which is not surprising. It kind of just keeps happening over and over. But over the years, a lot of times you hear more about ex-gay groups during election years, because conservative politicians use ex-gay groups as a way to say, well, if you can just change, we don't need to give them civil rights, which doesn't really work either way, but that's what they do. And so during those times, ex-gay ministries get a lot more money and get funding. But usually, like we're seeing, the leadership, you know, there's a lot of turnover because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Now, in your book, you say that most of the people you spoke to who went through ex-gay ministry or reparative therapy are mostly men, as opposed to women. So why is that?
Probably that most of these denominations are white male dominated. Also, we live in a society that doesn't really give women the permission to explore their sexuality. So a lot of them just kind of bear down and bear the kids, and, you know, in conservative Christian world, the wife's supposed to be silent, stuff like that.
So why doesn't reparative therapy work?
Well, after all my work and becoming, now, I mean, it kind of led me to get my doctorate in sexology. Now I know pretty much the simple answer to that is that they're trying to fix something that isn't broken in the first place. And that is only going to wreak havoc, basically. And over the years, they've just used all kinds of mishmash psychological theories that don't work anymore, or that, you know, at one time we kind of considered them a possibility before homosexuality was taken off the DSM. Thank you, doctorate. And those are theories they quote as gospel now, and, you know, passive father, aggressive mother, things like that.
The new book is Ex-Gay No Way, Survival and Recovery from Religious Abuse, and it's available from Feinhorn Press. For more information on the book, go to exgaynoway.com, and if you want to contact Dr. Jallen Rix, point your web browsers to gaysexpert.com. Dr. Rix, thank you for coming again.
It's been a pleasure to be here with you.